Hey there, it's the One Boom, and have you ever thought to yourself, how privileged am I? Have I ever been abused, beaten up, made fun of, laughed at? Have you ever worked in a shitty job? If you ever had to ask yourself that, please go ahead and play in traffic, because there's no actual reason for you to ever have asked yourself that exact question. Here's the reason why. You've probably heard somebody tell you the following sentence: everybody should have to work in fast food. Everybody at one point in their life needs to work in fast food or retail. Everybody needs to work in a big store. Everybody eventually needs to wash cars. Everybody needs to haul rocks. Everybody needs to do physical labor. Everybody eventually needs to become a prostitute. Everybody eventually needs to become a stripper. Everybody eventually needs to whatever it is. There's tons of people that went through bullshit in their lives and they want to copy and paste it onto yours. Basically, my experience sucked. And if you don't have my experience, you suck. You're privileged, you're spoiled, you didn't have what I had. So that means you're a bad person. That means you're unexperienced and dumb. And what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do to me? You've never worked at McDonald's. What are you gonna do to me? You've never been beat up. That means you're worthless. My personality is built around the amount of bullshit that's happened to me, the amount of hardships in my life. I wear it like a fucking badge, and I fly it like a flag. Oh, look at all these hard things I did. World? Have you seen what I did? I worked at a fast food place. It was your first fucking job. You know, that's the thing, isn't it? It's always the kid's first job, and that they tote with honor for the rest of their lives. It was the first time they ever had to get up and fucking get a uniform on and flip burgers, fry fries, fucking wipe tables. And then all of a sudden they think that, now they know, now they understand what the working class goes through. Oh my God, it's so hard out there. You're going to have to deal with it, man, and I'm so sorry. It's going to be really hard for you. It's like when my friend went from being homeschooled to public schooled. The first day he came back, he's like, you wouldn't be able to take it in there. I think everybody should have to go through that at least once in their life. You're just miserable. You would not last a second. And I'm like, you did a life thing. Kill yourself. No, and I don't mean that in like the douchey way. I mean that in like you've done it all. This is the pinnacle of your life. You've reached the top. You've hit the point of no return. How can it get any better than this? You flipped a burger. You stepped foot in a public school. You tried out for football. You are an ROTC. It doesn't get any higher than that. So end your life peacefully. Get a deathbed. Take too many ibuprofens or gummy vitamins or whatever. And tell your family you'll miss them. Because you're done. You've done it all, and everybody should have to walk the same steps you walked, the same streets you did, the same paths you walked, just to get to the same point that you were at, where you're so content with yourself that you end up telling everybody in a fit of rage that they should have to do what you did and go through what you did. No, they don't. People being more privileged than you is not a bad thing. Hell, it's one of the best things about this planet, is because some people can get dealt a good hand. Oh, I was dealt a shitty hand and I'm depressed and I have to work at McDonald's and my mommy doesn't like it when I smoke weed. So what? Who cares about you? Honestly, you take your situation, yourself, your feelings, your emotions, your idea of what life is, you take that a bit too seriously. I'm sorry, you do. Oh, Jesus Christ, well, what was to happen? What would have happened, friend of mine, that shall go unnamed, friends of mine, sorry, I've heard this from 1,000 people. What would have happened if you would have been given a diploma and $1 billion when you turned 10? What would have happened? Would you have been like, no, I need to go through hardship to be a good person? Fuck no, you take that money, you take that diploma, and you do something you love, right? Well, of course, Ian, they take the money and do things, but that's not the point. The point is that they went through hardship, and it's important to go through hardship to build your character. People that say this kind of shit have no intention on improving your character. They have every intention of making sure you know that you're more spoiled than they are. You're more privileged than they are. They're less privileged than you. And for some reason it got twisted that the more money you have, and I know there is a lot of reasons for this. The reason, the more money you have, the more opportunities you have, The more stuff that gets paid for you, the the douchier, the more entitled you become. Duh, no kidding. I've watched Little House on the Prairie. I've seen where that goes. If you don't get that reference, that's normal. Obviously, there's reasons, but the whole misconstrued notion that any privileged person is a shit human being, douchebag, oh, he doesn't have to wake up as early as I do. Oh, he doesn't have as shitty as computer as I do. Oh, she doesn't have to deal with the body issues I do. Oh, she doesn't have to deal with the friends that I do. Oh, she doesn't have to deal with the career choices that I did. She didn't have to deal with this. He didn't have to deal with that. My dad didn't have to do this. My mom didn't have to do that. My grandma had to do this, but I didn't do this, and it's all arbitrary shit. Life happens. You have control. It's not just something that happens to you. It happens to everyone all at once, all the time, and you have control over how it affects you. So no, you don't need a shitty job. You don't need to have a shitty TV or bad internet, a broken controller. Your fans don't need to blow any less air than anyone else's. Your lights can light up your full room. Your toys can be high quality. Your girlfriend can be amazing. All of that is good. Hold that tight. Never let it go. And don't let people that feel insecure about themselves make you feel any less about yourself because you had it easy. Fuck yeah, you had it easy. Why would you wear sadness and effort, or sadness and effort's good, but I guess like sadness and hardship as a badge? Why would you walk around with that? If you had the choice to wear your privileges and your luxuries or your hardships and your terrible times, what would you wear? What would you wear as a badge? Honestly, nobody's better than anybody else due to their situation. It comes down to how you act as a human being. So with what do I want to do with my life? In case you're wondering, what is Boom so clever about? I want to talk to people about stuff like this. I want to attack the lines of thinking, whether in gaming or in real life, because this is all something that's very important. That's good, Ian. It's all something that's very important to me. That you guys understand that I don't have any animosity to anybody in particular. It's very important for you guys to understand that I just want to attack a line of thinking. So to summarize this video, guys, you do not have to go through what other people went through to build your character and be a better person. And other people don't have to go through what you went through or do what you're doing to be a better person. We all kind of suck. It's important to shoot yourself a couple times a day. Seriously. Really look down on yourself. Look down at the parts of yourself that you know aren't right and fix them. It's not negativity. It's self-improvement. And it's like cleaning your house. Ever seen somebody really clean their house? All the furniture gets moved to the middle of the room. Everything's pushed out from the walls. Shit's all over the place, but they're cleaning around all the corners. And when when it's being cleaned, it's at its worst. You kind of have to fuck it up a little bit to clean where it counts. And then you put it back together. Hope that's a good analogy for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And yeah, be a good person. Doesn't matter what you did. If you had a shitty job or a good job, privileged life, non-privileged life, split parents, living parents, a lot of money, no money, doesn't matter. And don't worry about fucking checking your privilege. You're a human being. Live life. And that's as corny as I get. Bye, fuckers.